Good morning. I'm going to try to do this here and be organized. I haven't done a good job so far this morning. This will be my second try. On this migrant uh, movement down out of Central America, it ain't spontaneous. Okay, anybody thinks it is man, you got your head stuck in the sand. I'm sorry. There's nothing, about this that's a spontaneous cry for, oh my gosh, we yearn for freedom and we're so oppressed. If you're so oppressed in that many numbers, then you need to turn and fight for what's your rights. Okay? There's enough people in that group to make a nice small army and they could fight for their independence. So there's just none of that. This is all organized, paid for by left-wing, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and some of them more than likely funded by leftist Democrats and George Soros. And I believe that, I'm not a guy that can go out and investigate these high finance people. I don't have the means for that. I don't have the technical know-how. And I'm going to be truthful, I don't really want it. I know what I see. I don't need somebody to tell me. I know what I see. And so this is a organized propaganda movement, and of course supported by the leftists, to be a thorn in the side of mainly Donald Trump and Republicans. It's clearly evident. They got trucks at different intervals coming by and carrying people a few miles up the road when they appear to be getting hungry or thirsty or needing first aid. All of a sudden, there it is. The press is not out looking for the bad actors in the crowd. And the crowd is big enough that the bad actors that are in the crowd, there's no question. Let's just say there's only 50 of them out of 15,000 people. How are you going to find them 50? But once they get to the United States, those 50 people can kill a lot of innocents. Okay? Cause a lot of problems. So don't be fooled by the mainstream media or even the right-wing media like Fox News and so on. Believe me, these people have already been educated. If you want to get in there, and do your thing, whatever it is, and you can be identified as a bad actor, you got to watch for Fox News. In fact, stay away from all the reporters. That way CNN can honestly say, oh, there's no bad actors here, just a bunch of poor people. Which is just not true. I'm not saying any of them are rich, but, man, they can stay where they're at. None of them look like they're starving. Okay? They all got clothes on their back. And I'm sure they all had some sort of shelter. And then, the bombs. I have my doubts about all this. Who actually sent them? I think it's an effort by the Democrats to distract from their bad behavior of late. The way they treated Kavanaugh, which, man, I don't care who you are. Even when Obama was president and people were comparing him to Hitler and all that, I didn't like Obama, but I just refused to participate in that. He was the president. He deserved the respect that went with the office. And I tried my best to show him that, although I did disagree with him vehemently on a number of different fronts. But I think his statement that he made to fundamentally change the way the United States does business, he meant it. And he left his mark all over the government, and it's still apparent today. And I have my doubts that these are right-wingers mailing these these bombs, these pipe bombs, wherever they were, or packages with white powder in them. More than likely, it's all talc. or lime or some bullshit like that. It's crazy. You know, I think it'll be found that the people that did this are left-wingers, and they tried to do the Democrats a favor so they could distract from all the crap they've been pulling lately. You know, they're blowing it on this migrant movement up from Central America. They're not handling it well, and they realize that the bulk of the American people, and I'm talking probably 65% of the population, don't want this. And the Democrats are just dropping the ball. They've been, you know, oh, you can't be civil with people that want to take away your values. What? That's not what I see. You know, what I saw was Democrats wanting to take away my values, okay, my culture, my rights. That's what I've seen. They just like to turn things around on people, and that's what they're doing now. Whoever has sent these packages through a courier service to these representatives, and notice each one of them has gotten themselves in trouble lately with their mouth, whether it's Pelosi or it's Clinton or it's Obama or Holder or Booker, especially Maxine Waters. I mean, holy crap. And I guess, you know, I used to think, man, there should be some sanity in California. I don't know, man. I sure don't see it. You know, I don't like the fact that there's a lot of them moving to Texas. Some of them say, well, you know, we're getting away from that. I don't know that's always to be true. You know, man, it's a bothersome thing, and I don't like seeing people from the Northeast coming down here. I don't like it, because they're going to come down here and change the dynamic and force a life on us that we don't want, and I don't think that's going to end well. Beto O'Rourke, Robert Francis O'Rourke. Good Lord. If you vote for him, you are voting against freedom. That's all I can tell you. And if you stand with him on gun control, just be sure that you understand that people like me want you to come on when they pass the laws, and you're going to collect up the guns. We want you to be the ones to come get them. Show us how brave you are, okay? And, you know, have everything paid up and all your affairs in order. That man is a complete sham. And he has introduced no legislation of his own. He is only co-sponsored. He votes lockstep with Nancy Pelosi. Go look for yourself. It's on the congressional record. He can't deny that. It's just he doesn't get asked about it much. Okay? So, I just want folks to understand, you know, don't listen to the media. This migrant group coming up out of Central America, this is not spontaneous. These are not people to feel sorry for. You know, this is an organized effort by leftists to overwhelm our system and, you know, to be used for political purposes to try to aid the leftists in getting themselves into office, which, if that happens in this country, man, because I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of people ain't going to listen to them. I'm for one of them. I won't obey leftist rules and regulations. Just won't do it. I won't. You know, but I'm not going to be like the leftists we see today and go out and assault people and, you know, call them names and I'm not going to mistreat people over that. But they do need to know I will defend myself. Bottom line is, this migrant caravan, and I use that term very loosely, is not anything but for political purpose. And I believe they cannot be allowed, not a one of them, to enter the United States. Not one. And I hope President Trump stands by what he says. I don't trust that he will, but I hope he does. It seemed to me to be a lot of talk with the first one, and nothing was done. So I don't reckon nothing will be done here. And the bombs that were mailed, man, this is a gimmick. This is whatever this is. If this was some right-wing conservative that did this, man, what an idiot. You're just an idiot. But I don't think it was. I think you could just make up a conversation to any Democrat. Somebody walk in their office, hey, look, I got a way to make y'all look good, and get y'all out of this. And we'll just have some, threats mailed to you, some powder, some fake explosives, and you can blame Trump and the Republicans. And we'll turn the sentiment of the country, go in our direction. That's what I see. All right? So, that's about as organized as my thoughts are going to get this morning. All I will leave you with is this. There's a book out there called Texit. How, why Texas will leave the Union of the United States. And I would encourage every freedom-loving person to read it. And please share your thoughts on the book. Share the book. Let's get people understanding that there is a clear path, a very reasonable path, and all the suffering that Republicans, Democrats, nationalists of the United States claim, all the things they claim will happen, they're not going to happen. And the book explains it all very well, which I don't have the vocabulary, I don't have the speaking skills to be able to do that. But I'll just leave you with this. #Texit. TEXIT. Consider it. Join the movement. Okay? Stand up for freedom. Stand up for Texas. All right then. Y'all have a good day. And be safe. Be as kind and compassionate as you can to people. But don't get ran over.